Hermanos de Soundcheck, nos encontramos en un momento de lujo. Uno de los guitarristas más representativos en la historia del rock se encuentra con nosotros, obviamente con su legendaria banda Bon Jovi. Tenemos la oportunidad de platicar con Richie Sambora. First of all, it's a real honor. Thank you very much for your time at this interview.
Thank you, thank you.
Now talking about the music, last year you released an album, the Circle album. When you start the creating process, what was the most important thing that you want to express as a band?
Well, it seems like John and I always are feeling the undercurrent of actually what's happening in the world. So The Circle was kind of a record that was, we were supposed to put out the greatest hits first. And John and I started to write, and we had struck such a prolific nerve that we just kept on writing because there was so much in the world that was happening with the economic downturn. America was about to elect their first black president. So obviously the Bush administration had left us in a very, very bad place, and we had a lot of hope. And then there was, so anytime there's tragedies that happen in the world, even if it was the earthquake in Santiago, Chile, or what you guys are going through here in Mexico. I mean, John and I feel the undercurrent of what goes on in the world, and we're not writing from a political stance. We're writing from how the humans feel about it, how we feel about it, how the people that are going through all those things feel about it, And I mean, we've been writing like that for years. I mean, Living on a Prayer is a song like that. I mean, Living on a Prayer now, Tommy and Gina, trying to make it in the world and trying to hold on to what they have and doing it together. The whole world is doing that right now, you know what I mean? So a song like that is very, very timeless and still has relevancy.
Now, like you say, you release a greatest hits album. How fun it was to choose all the significant songs in the Bon Jovi career?
Well, you just, the ones that were the biggest ones, you stick them right on there. The ones that we felt that obviously got to the people. The lyrical content of what those songs were, whether it just made you feel good, whether it empowered you, like a song like It's My Life, or We Weren't Born to Follow, stuff like that. Obviously you have to include Living on a Prayer and Wanted Dead or Alive and all the #1 songs, Born to Be My Baby, things like that happened. So it also takes you through different generations and different pieces of not only our lives, but I know what music is to me. It becomes the soundtrack of your life. So you remember, hey, when I first heard Living on a Prayer, this is what I was doing, When I first heard I'll Be There For You, I was having my first kiss, maybe, or doing something like that, So that's the kind of stuff that, that's the way we chose the songs. And also we wrote 5 new songs. And if you pick up the double edition where you get everything, then you get all 5.
And talking precisely about those songs, What Did You Got is the single of that greatest hits. Tell us the story behind that song.
Well, that song was written as a part of The Circle, but it didn't fit the subject matter of what was going on. So we figured that we were going to hold that for the greatest hits. And we went in the studio about probably maybe 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and re-recorded it a bit differently, and John and I rewrote some of the lyrics. But it sounds like it's a romantic song and it's a love song, but it's actually more profound than that, I think, It's more like it could be, if you ain't got love, if you ain't got love between your family, if you don't have love for your job, if you don't have, it really, really, art is interesting in that respect, because what happens is that everybody sees something different. If there's a piece of art on the wall, somebody else sees something, and somebody else sees something completely different.
It's subjective.
Exactly. And then the song will reflect the same kind of thing. So, but it's getting, it looks like it's going to be a big hit.
Yeah, I'm agree, and I'm sure that it's going to be a big hit.
It's reacting well at radio, and we did a video in 3D, which was very, very interesting. I don't know many people with a 3D TV that are going to be able to watch.
There is a video in 3D.
But no, it'll be in Sony stores all on their stuff, and the video now is obviously up online, and it's still good in 2D. You know what I mean? It's still cool.
Now, talking about the career of Bon Jovi, for a lot of people, me and a lot of people, think that one of the most representative albums in rock history is New Jersey. What do you think that make that specific connection with the crowd?
Well, number one, I think that it was, after following Slippery When Wet, was not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
It
was a big challenge at that time.
Huge challenge at that time to actually, we went from selling 1 million records to 17 million records, and opened up a touring business. That tour was 16 and a half months, 240 some odd shows, and then John and I took 2 weeks off,